Hey guys, for this video we're going to take a look at this Best Choice Products bird feeding station. Now judging by the box, I think we're going to have to put this together. So we'll put it together, then we'll get outside, take a look at it, look at the features, and see what we think about it. Got all the parts and pieces laid out. I want to kind of go through them to make sure you know you have everything, talk about it a little bit. First off, you do get instructions for putting it together, but it should be fairly simple. I want to get these pieces out of the way first. They're taking up the most amount of space. So you can see here is the portion going in the ground. You have the separate spikes and the spade guy down the middle. And you'll see as we attach the other pieces, it's just those spring-loaded pins that I'm sure you've seen with other stuff. And then we also have this guy here, and all the implements, the attachments, connect with this little wing nut that you'll screw in, and it works kind of like a set screw and will hold it in place. So those are going to be your two bottom pieces. We have two sets of these golden arches looking guys. Again, they attach the same way with the wing nut. So 1 and 2. We have a couple more of these extension rods. These guys are just plain with those little connectors on each end. And then this one has that guy. Is that a finial? Is that called a finial? Anyways, it's got that thing on the top and a normal end with the hole on the bottom. Then before we get to those other attachments, our last two arms are these guys. Looks like that. So first, looking at our two trays, we have this tray feeder with the wire mesh. You'll notice everything is designed so that it'll drain, which is really important for your bird seed. You don't want water or moisture sitting in there and getting moldy or making the bird sick. So we want it to drain to get air through there. So that's a wire mesh. That's really good. Now this one is a water bowl, and I'm guessing for drinking, could maybe be, they'll probably use it as a bird bath as well. It's pretty shallow. You can't make it too deep. They won't use it if you do. And I'm sure size and weight wise, they couldn't make it too big. For where I'm going, I already have another little water feature with a bird bath and a makeshift pond that you guys will see here in a second. So I'm not going to use this. I'm either going to be drilling holes in the bottom so I can just use it as another tray feeder, or if I could find like a kitchen strainer or something that is the same size and maybe attach, I might do something like that. Now we have our suet feeder, just a little chain to hang it. These little prongs kind of kick out so we can lift the lid and drop in our pucks, our biscuits, our squares. And then we have three other feeders over here. We have this tube style feeder with the perch on opposing sides. You'll see there's no drainage, but this is cone shaped down here, so everything can run to the side. Now this one, it looks like it can drain through the vents on either side of this perch. I wouldn't hate drilling a few holes in it though, in the bottom here. And then the lid, these mechanisms are actually pretty cool with these bird feeders because it'll hang just like this, but then when you have it down you can just whoop, and then there you can fill it up. So that's kind of a cool way to do things. It's pretty common. Then we have this one. It looks kind of like a chicken wire mesh, and it's the exact same style. Now with this mesh being open all the way, that's going to drain really good. It's got the same cone bottom, and then the mechanism up here is the same as that guy. By the way, this is plastic. That's not glass, if you were wondering. And then we have this one with the big cage openings, your peanut feeder, and that's way open at the bottom, so we don't got to worry about that at all. And it has a similar mechanism up there. Start building. For the first step, we're doing our finial piece here and one of our golden arches. Now these golden arches are not the same. You can see these legs coming down here. So that's going to slide on the pole, and it's going to finish up just like this, and then we'll tighten our wing nut. Then when we slide the second one on, the first ones are going to overlap. Whoa, 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 watch the camera. So then they all kind of come down to the same point at the bottom. And you're going to tighten both of your wing nuts. Mine are on opposing sides. I guess you could have done it so they're on the same side, but you get the idea. It's all together. The nice thing about this design is it's kind of a you do you kind of a thing. or you have some options on how you put it all together or the spacing and all that. So our next step is just putting one of our extension rods onto the bottom of the piece we were just playing with. Lock it in like so. And then we're going to slide our two other arms that we had left onto this pole and position them pretty much wherever you want. So I decided to do my guys. Now we're going to put the next rod on the bottom and then get our two trays. Now the two trays are on. We just have to put our spikes together. Spiky end is pretty easy. This guy again just slides down the pole here. Now one thing I did do, you'll notice this isn't down all the way. I mean, get my finger in the gap there. I put it flat on the bench here and then made it so everything's touching at the same point. If you push this all the way down, these will be deeper or farther down than the rest. I don't know if it matters, but I thought equal sounded good, so we did equal. Now all we have to do, slap that on the bottom of what we already made, and then we're going to take it outside. There it is, all outside, looking super sharp. Now again, all this stuff you can adjust. If you wanted this lower or that higher, or you wanted them, you can do anything you want with it. Very modular. We have these two extra ones where nothing in the kit came, so we can add our own feeders. One thing I'm considering is, instead of having all of these on like the same plane, lower one of them so that some sit a little bit lower than others, but it's easy enough to tinker with. You just loosen that wing nut and move it. Now one thing to pay attention to is the nature of these kinds of connections is they're loose. So if you look at this, you can see how much I can move this thing all over the place. So I'm thinking, I'm not sure what you can do to tighten up this so it's not so loose and wobbly right here, but maybe wrap some electrical tape on the inside portion, the smaller pole, so that when it slides over it's a little tighter fit. But that might be something to investigate further. Otherwise, I think it's pretty neat. I'm excited to see what we get out here. So there it is, guys, our little bird feeding station. Thanks for watching.